And now, Minion Works presents Freelance Heroism.
Hey everybody, welcome to Freelance Heroism. I'm Rachel.
And I'm Deese. No, I'm not Deese. No. I'm not Deese. And thank God for that too, because if there were two Deeses in this universe, I think we'd all be screwed. One's probably more than enough. I'm Nate, and this is what happens when you record something like this on Daylight Savings Time Day. The bastard stole an hour of sleep from me, sons of bitches. Mm-hmm. Anyway.
Yes. But Nate is here with us because Deese is at a GammaCon. A GammaCon?
That's a good question. I'm not sure. I would, let's go with a GammaCon, because why not?
Yes. So Deese is at a GammaCon, which he goes to every year, peddling his comics and posters. And he's also doing a panel, which I think he did yesterday.
Yeah, I think so. If I remember the schedule right. He was basically doing, live art?
I think he was talking about how to sort of get started in online comic, not distribution, but doing like online comics sort of thing.
So sleep odd hours of the day and generally just be a curmudgeon. Got it. Okay. Rules 1 and 2, duly noted.
He's got that covered.
He's got that more than covered.
But before we get too far into this intro, I want to do what we always do, which is very important. We want to thank our patrons, specifically our producer tier and beyond patrons who help support the show. So I have the list memorized. Deese thinks I'm going to slip up at some point, but I have not yet. So we want to say thank you to Mo Walker, Chris Deeds, Chris Sones, Christopher Hildebrand, Orient_Tiger, Ario Teabaggin, Breakmeister, and last but not least, Rebecca. Thank you so much for your support, guys.
That's a lot of Chris's, by the way.
We do have a lot of Chris's.
Especially all in a row. Okay.
It's easier if I remember them if I say them in a row.
No, totally makes sense.
Mm-hmm. But you mentioned, so we are recording this on daylight savings, which I never remember what days like holidays or important dates are on. Like I never ever remember the days. Like I can be at work and someone will be like, so what are you doing for like President's Day? And I'll be like, is that next month? They'll be like, no, it's like tomorrow, Rachel. What are you doing? I'm like, I don't know. I didn't know it was tomorrow.
Don't do what I did. So for the first time, apparently, I showed up to work on President's Day a couple of weeks ago to find absolutely no one in the building.
Oh no!
And I went, what the hell? Because your first thought is, oh my God, we've gone out of business. I've been fired. They moved overnight on me. Yeah. No, but it was. No, they had the company for the 9 years that I've been there has always celebrated Martin Luther King Day as a day off. And for whatever reason this year, they decided to move it from there and take it to President's Day. And I guess I didn't get the memo or they didn't really advertise it. And nobody said anything on a Friday. It was like, hey, how are you going to enjoy your 3-day weekend or anything? I mean, nobody... so there was nothing that led me to believe. I got dressed, I got up early, I showed up at work, and I was like, man, traffic's really light today. This is nice. And then, that's why.
That would put me in such a bad mood. I'm so bad at getting up early. I sleep in all, so we are recording this pretty early, especially for a weekend. And then on top of that, with it being daylight savings, I didn't remember about it being daylight savings until... So last night, Deese and I were watching the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie, the original one, which I had not seen in years.
Right.
And so as we were watching it, it was fairly late, but I usually go to bed kind of late. And the movie ended around 12:30 or 1. And then I stayed up for a little while longer painting a mini because I'm a huge nerd and I wanted to finish painting this mini. And so I was like, oh, it's the weekend. I'll stay up a little later than usual. I'll stay up until about 2, and then I'll go to bed, and I'll still have time to get up early and do the intro with Nate. And so at about 2, I go to bed. But the thing is, I guess the daylight savings thing rolls over at 2.
Yeah.
So I got into bed and I was like, I'm going to check my phone one more time. And I opened my phone and it says 3:11 a.m. I'm like, oh no. Oh no.
You've traveled through time. Congratulations.
But going back to the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie, so like the last time I saw it, I was probably in like 4th grade or something. Like it's been a very long time. So I didn't remember a lot of the stuff in the movie. And while we were watching it, Deese would be like, you don't remember this part? Or like, we're like, no, because I watched this movie like 25 years ago.
Yeah, God, I can't even tell. Yeah, that's.
But
and that makes me feel really old now because I'm like, am I forgetting it because it's been such a long time since I've seen it, or am I forgetting it just because my brain has become old and feeble and incapable of remembering it? And I'm not really sure which one it is. So that's
I don't think you need to feel bad about that, because as I was talking with Deese and I was asking him questions about the movie, or like there's one scene where the turtles sit around a campfire and they do what is essentially a sending spell to talk to Splinter, who's like being held captive somewhere. And it's the only time they do magic, which like comes out of nowhere. Like they like call upon Splinter and do like a group sending to talk to him. And instead of him being like, hey, I'm being held hostage at this place, he's like, you guys work together, be good boys.
Nothing like I'm at 147 Smith Street, apartment 200. I'm tied in the closet. Send help.
Like I would ask Deese these questions and be like, do they ever do magic again? He's like, no, they never do magic again. And then we talked about something else, and he's like, you don't remember anything about the story? And I was like, I remember them going to a farmhouse, and I vaguely remember Splinter. Spoiler alert for anyone who has this.
Yeah.
Splinter,
25 years. Get over it, damn it.
Splinter being like the pet of the guy that fought Shredder or something. And Dee starts going into like really minute detail about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles lore. Like not just the movies, but like I guess the comics and the cartoons. And like there's one point where he's talking about these 2 animal dudes named Bebop and Rocksteady. And I was like, oh yeah, they're in the 2nd movie, right? And he goes, no, that's, and then he like named 2 other names, like just immediately, like no hesitation whatsoever. And after a while he was like, I didn't realize I knew this much about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So if you like, he also had like theories about like some of the villains, and he's like, they don't specify whether or not that's true, but I have a theory that like Krang is like of the alien race that like is responsible for manufacturing the ooze, and they used it in feudal Japan or something. Like he had like this whole very in-depth theory, and I was like, you are
D strikes me very much as the guy, even though we can't see it on camera when we record. I'm sure like if he were to turn the camera around and pan it to the other side of his room, there would just be this massive wall full of nothing but newspaper clippings and yarn and thumbtacks and post-it notes, and it's just, and it changes on a weekly basis, whatever, conspiracy theory is, the hot topic at the moment. He's the one who's got all this stuff stretched out all over the place about it.
That's true. Or some like not very well known cartoon from like 27 years ago that ran for half a season.
Yeah.
And like he's seen it and he has theories about it.
But I guess that's really what true geekery and true nerddom really is just the minutia and the delve into the esoteric and things like that. Because I can do the same thing at work. The problem is that I work around a bunch of people and my team that are like 20 years younger than I am, and so I'll make what I feel is a relevant pop culture or geek reference, and I'll get these blank stares, kind of like the dog when they kind of turn and tilt their head sideways, and it's like, oh yeah, that's right. You guys were like still sperm when I said that. Okay, yeah, that makes perfect sense. And then at that point, it doesn't do any good to explain it, because if you have to, it's like a joke. If you have to explain the joke, it's no longer funny. So it's like, if I have to explain the pop culture reference, screw it. Just go look it up on your damn space phone and figure it out. Get off my lawn.
Right. But I think with Deese especially, he's like, I think because he spends a lot of his time sort of cloistered away doing comics, that he can kind of obsess over like these weird theories and then just happen to have encyclopedic knowledge of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I'm sure that's not the only thing that he.
Oh, I'm sure it's not, but it's a really nice way of just calling him. It's a backhanded compliment. It's like, yeah, you're a hermit, you're a recluse. You know all this useless trivia. You're like Cliff Clavin from Cheers. And that's a reference I would make to people at work, and people would go, "What? I don't get that." And I'm like, whatever, never. See, exactly. It's like
I never saw Cheers.
Oh God, no, you really do. That should be one of the prerequisite viewings for most people, I think, is to watch that show, because even though it is now 40 years old, coming up on 35 years old, somewhere in that ballpark, it was written in a timeless way where that it still holds up, and it's one of the few television shows that actually still do hold up.
Okay.
And it's good writing. So there you go. There's your old man tip of the day. Go watch reruns of Cheers on CBS All Access. There you go. There's your plug too. So send us money.
It's not on Nick at Night anymore.
No, I don't know if it is. I don't even know if Nick at Night is a thing anymore. Is it? Isn't it just like the Friends channel now at this point? I
don't know. I haven't watched like regular cable TV in probably about like close to 20 years. Like jeez. I had a stint where I just didn't watch TV and I didn't really consume any kind of new media, which like with Deese, like when I talk to Deese about stuff, he's like, you haven't seen The Sopranos? And I'm like, no.
You stunted your social growth.
Or like, I haven't seen like Lost, or like the other day he was like, you haven't seen Pulp Fiction? I was like, no, I didn't watch Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, see, I was that way for a long time because I mean, this is how old I am. I worked at Blockbuster when I was in high school and college.
Oh.
Yes. Actually, when I left, they were trying to shove a store at me. Or like, here, we want you to run this. I'm like, no, I got a college degree. Screw you guys. I'm going to go do something useful. I'm not going to sit here and work till 2 a.m. in the till the end of time. Screw that.
That's why Blockbuster failed, because you wouldn't. Take responsibility for it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to pat myself on my back or anything, but I did know how to run a store. But no, but like I had, there's probably a period between like 1995 and call it 2001 where like I know all the things, every movie, every television show, every pop culture reference, because that was kind of my life, And then after that, there is definitely a span for a couple of years thereafter when I was in the quote unquote real world where it's like, no, I didn't watch that. And sometimes it was because I didn't have time. Sometimes I just looked at it and went, meh. But yeah, it's like, I never watched Lost either. I know enough about it to, know what it is. And, but like, did I watch it? Can I name every character? Can I, talk about? No, absolutely not. And I can live with that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I'm sure Deese has seen everything.
Yeah, but he's got that kind of time on his hands,
sure.
And it's a luxury. It's nice.
His luxury of being home and doing art all day. I'm sure he's listening to this and he's like so angry now.
Oh well, that's what you get for not doing it. That's what you get for having a guest star.
That's right. Although also, like, I know that every time that I have to do the intro without Deese, he's always like, don't like roast me in the intro. Every time you guys make fun of me, and I'm like, I can't make any promises. I'm sorry.
No.
But I also know that like when the day inevitably comes where like I have a sore throat or something and I can't do the intro and I have to say, David and Deese, will you guys do the intro, please? They are going to just like absolutely roast me for like 20 minutes. And that's what I'll have to work with as an intro. So I know that day is coming eventually.
I was going to say 20 minutes. I think you're selling them a bit short, to be perfectly honest with you. I'm pretty sure if you gave Deese that kind of platform, he could go for a couple hours.
That's true. So, I mean, like, yeah. So I have to get this in while I can, because like, my day of ruin will come.
And that's why none of the other minions ever do anything. It's all me. That way I don't have to worry about it. I've got an entire folder on my desktop marked blackmail material. It's like, Will you please cut that out of the episode? I don't want to hear that in the episode. Fine. Drop it right in the folder. Save it for later.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I definitely have a folder like that as well.
You have to.
That's what you guys get for... I'm editor. So
yeah, that's absolutely the perk for being that. That's your payment. That's your restitution. Is you get to have a file on someone that you could ruin their life at some point down the line if they decide to run for political office. Listen to what Dee said about this.
Just one audio clip that's completely out of context. You know?
And what's great is that because you can edit, even if it's not a particularly bad clip, you can swap it around and change words out. You can do all the kinds of things. It's, Yeah,
absolutely.
Yep.
But before we go on too long about editing your co-podcast and blackmailing them, why don't we go to this week's episode? Once Bitten, Twice Spy.
He's like, we may die here, but the beast will eat your bones and suck the marrow, and your soul will strengthen his.
Is it my turn yet?
None of that's going to happen.
Yes, it is.
Oh, I'm going to go ahead and give myself the murder. That's a 20 on the first, 25 on the second.
Both hit.
45 damage.
And you deal the last damage and slay it. Swords blazing, body contorting and shifting back to human as it collapses, the blood just soaking the ground. And another ruined battlefield in Barovia.
I'm going to look at Adrian like, we're not done.
Okay.
And I'm going to dash as fast as I can to try to catch them together.
The word was 120 feet stopped, taking his breath, catching it. After running the 2 full rounds.
You can come too. I need that advantage.
I'm coming.
It would be hurt. You did your action, so you were doing
2 turns so we can catch him.
All right.
2 turns are running. So if he stops for 1 turn, then we'll catch him this turn.
And
God, I'm telling
Guardians going.
Dash, cunning action, dash is so fucking stupid. There's squirrels just getting exploded by this fucking tornado. Just flying through the woods at 100 miles an hour. Just popping squirrels in the tree. Dude, this is a fucking terrifying 2-man team, right? They run 100 miles an hour. There's a cone of death just exploding anything in its way. And then every so often, like, the sky goes from nighttime to daytime to nighttime, and then a body's on the ground. It's like a thunderstorm. And instead of hail or rain, it's just bodies.
Yeah.
Standing there on the road, it focuses on you two as it catches his breath and, veers its claws. Your turn.
Whose turn?
You guys both did your full run, so it'd be you next.
Me?
Mm-hmm.
Shouldn't she have to roll once she makes kind of in range of him? He should have to roll his save.
She's not there. That'll be this turn when she gets in range.
Okay. So no sneak attack for me?
No, he's focusing on you guys coming.
Okay. Well, then I'm going to hold off my turn then. Waiting for Rachel to get there, and then I'll do it.
All right.
Or Adrie, sorry.
So he was all for Adrie to rush in first.
Okay. He has to make a save for Spirit Guardians.
I need a dex check on you as you get that close.
What? Really?
Yes.
Your armor's hot from moving so quickly.
17.
You feel the ground give under your feet in the road, and you're able to jump out of the way in time as a pitfall things you feel spikes on the road waiting for you.
What an asshole.
I'm going to pretend like I totally knew that was there. I did not know that was there.
You can just hear him like snicker under his breath.
What are you laughing about? You didn't catch anyone.
P.S. You have advantage to hit him.
Okay.
I'm giving you advantage.
He has to make a save for my Spirit Guardians.
Wow, she's angry over that trap. It takes full damage?
11.
He laughs it.
You know what? I'm going to attack him.
All right. Enjoy your attack.
I will. 21 to hit.
That hits.
Okay. He takes 16 damage.
All right.
And then for my bonus action, I am just going to cast Spiritual Weapon because it's not going to catch up with me in time. So it's going to attack him. It gets advantage. It gets a nat 20.
Fucking mobile army over here.
So he takes 12 force damage.
All right.
Oh, I can't wait to explode this piece of shit.
And that's my turn.
And Kavir, your turn is since you were waiting for her.
26 to hit.
You run around the pit effortlessly as she exposing it in the road. You get around him and
Be careful, there's a pit right there.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
46 damage.
yeah, you take him out.
I'm going to fucking take both of the blades and I'm going to like double stab forward. So like both blades pointed out and I'm going to kind of hit him like a double shank and then pull across so that his body gets like cut in the middle.
Between you two, from the trees above, drops a 8-foot tall lycanthrope, scarred, cloak over its head. It's already taken your Ducknado damage,
Okay.
and it just kind of looks at you both. That is a 23 to Kavir. That is a 324 also to attacking Kavir. And then he turns. That is a 30 to Adrie, or
That will hit.
against your AC.
Yeah, that will hit.
And
David, whichever
a nat
one.
20 against Adrie on the second one.
Oh, no.
That's a 4.
Okay. So that's the one that misses.
Thank you.
So 7 plus 4 is 11 plus 3 is 14 to Kavir. That is another 13 to Kavir. And I need a DC check on Kavir for your con.
So did he attack us? Did he make a total of 4 attacks?
Multi-attacking on both of you. Yes, he has 2 attacks.
Okay.
You need a what save?
A con check.
At an 8.
You're infected a second time.
First time.
Well, first time, yeah, the first one missed. You can just feel the bite he gives you, just something's not right after the bite, deep in your shoulder.
If it weren't for that 20, I was going to use that on me. Just
Oh,
FYI.
yeah.
I was
I
going
know.
to use the bite was not going to get me, but Rachel was like nat 20, and I'm like, Rachel, that's a 4. God damn.
And that is
Want her
a
to explode on first round of combat.
right. A 15 damage to Rachel from the claws.
Okay.
You're lucky too because this guy comes with a brutal crit with a +2 dice on top of everything else.
Oh, great.
And he kind of just looks at both of you. You're mine.
Why, what big assholes you have.
The better
Oh.
to shove you in.
Gross.
That's
all the better to shove you in.
He licks your blood. He licks your blood off his teeth and.
oh,
What do you mean?
that's bro. Why do people keep doing that?
Because they like blood. They're
Kavir,
monsters.
you're up.
I just thought you were just saying because it's my blood. You're like, you don't know where that blood's been. Fuck you. Your dad's a vampire.
So
Both of them.
what? That's not.
Explain to me how that's not exactly the same thing.
It's not
Explain to me how it's not.
because he didn't become a vampire on purpose. He has to eat
You
blood
think this
to live This
werewolf
dude doesn't have to eat blood to survive. He's just doing this for fun.
He has to. He's a werewolf. He has to eat flesh. There are no vegetarian werewolves.
There might be.
No, not really. I want to be a weretoad.
Whose turn is it, David?
Kavir's.
Oh,
Thank fucking God. Okay. Is it smarter to attack here or to be evasive and do some cool shit? This is going to be, it's going to take longer for me, but in Kavir's mind, it happens pretty quick. Mm-hmm. So the idea that he's getting 4 attacks, he's getting 2 attacks with multi-attack. He was able to change directions in between. He's hitting for, the last one on me was 14 and 13-ish. So let's say 35, 40 damage a turn. That's pretty heavy. How is your healing stuff looking over there? How functional is your heals right now?
I've got some big heals I can do if we're well below half our max.
Well, if he hits me like he hit me last turn, I might be dead.
Okay.
Unconscious. So
are you below half your total hit points?
No.
Okay. I mean, I can throw a cure.
I hate when you ask that question because your half is much more substantial than my half.
I mean, I can throw a cure.
Oh, Rachel, you do not have advantage on your saving throws to keep your con checks going.
Excuse me.
From this guy.
Why?
Because
he has Mage Slayer.
Because he's what?
He has Mage Slayer.
I don't know what that is, but I don't like it.
It's a feat. When a creature within 5 feet of you casts a spell, you can use your reaction to make a melee attack against them. When the damaged creature is concentrating on a spell, that creature is disadvantaged on saving throws you make to maintain the concentration, which takes out your advantage.
Okay.
And you have an advantage on saving throws against spell cast by creatures within 5 feet of you.
Okay.
All right, D-Walk.
Mm-hmm.
The hit was a 28.
That hits.
Damage is 46.
Damage is 23.
Mm-hmm.
Both
magical.
He is resistant to all damage that's non-psychic. Actually, your blade, your Shadow Blade makes it
Shadow
through.
Blade's psychic.
The other one doesn't. So
okay.
I need you to split the damage between the two. And let me know which one is your Shadow Blade and which one's the normal.
Hold on, I'll just calculate it for you. I got the dice.
All right.
Do I round up or down?
Either. I'm not picky. There's 2 of you against this guy, and I built him to take on 3 of you.
Up it is. Okay, so 41.
All right.
Still pretty good damage.
Yeah. He's still in triples.
Yeah, but what does that mean?
He's over twice Adrie's.
Yeah, but what does that even mean? I'm just going to keep saying this to make myself comfortable.
Yeah. All right.
Adrie, if you want to
step in any moment here, it's your turn.
Okay.
I can do the damage to him if you can keep me alive.
Yeah. I would like to cast Cure Wounds on Kavir. How far away is this guy from me right now? Because I haven't moved towards him yet.
He's actually between the both of you.
Okay.
That is a 21 to hit you.
21 will hit me.
Wait, isn't it her turn?
As she does the spell to cast, he has attack of opportunity on spellcasters within 5 feet.
Does the spell still go off?
Let me check. That's 12 damage to you. Let me check.
Do you get to roll something to not have that happen? Because I'll give you advantage on it.
No, it's part of the feat Mage Slayer.
God. Kavir really.
Actually, I'm assuming it does because In 3.5, you would have to do a con check to check on it,
Okay.
but it's not saying so. The only rules it has is on concentration. Some spells require you to maintain a concentration in order to keep the magic active. If you lose it, the spell ends. But it says normal activity such as moving and attacking doesn't interfere with concentration. Casting a spell that requires concentration. If you lose concentration on a spell, okay, whenever you take damage while you're concentrating on a spell, you must make a con save. It equals 10 or higher. If you take damage from multiple sources, such as an arrow or dragon's breath, you got to make multiple ones. But it's like that's for keeping concentration going. It's not for actually casting the spell.
Okay, so I still cast it?
I would assume so right now because I'm not seeing anything that says not to.
Okay.
5e again is extremely loose with certain things. Yeah, I don't see anywhere it says no, you can't cast. Unless they got changed to Xanathars, which I'm not looking up right now. Curse of Strahd was written before Xanathars.
Kavir, you took 32 health back.
Oh, yeah.
And I get a little bit of health.
And you need to do a con check on your the 12.
Yes. I get 6 health back. And then I make my con check. 21 on my con check, so I pass.
Nice.
That was my action to cast that. As my bonus action, I will move my spiritual weapon over to him.
All right.
And have it hit him. Does it get advantage?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Good, because it needed it. 22.
That clears the AC.
Okay. He takes 8 force damage.
My dice roller's advertising is killing me. It's like, would you like to play Town's game? I'm like, I'm in a dice roller right now. Why the fuck would I want to play a Town game?
And I'm already adjacent to him.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I don't need to move. All right, that's my turn.
He starts his turn.
He
makes the pass on Spiritual Guardians.
Okay. He takes. So it would be 11. So instead, he takes 5 radiant.
6. We round up when there's 2 of us fighting.
He turns his first attacks on Adrie. Nat 20.
Oh, no.
God damn it.
19 on the second one.
19 will miss.
All right, so the claws. $16 damage on the claws.
Okay.
On Kavir. 18 plus 9 is 27, plus 3 is 30. And then 10 plus 9 plus 3 is 23.
Damage?
No, to hit. So it's 30 to hit and 23 to hit.
Yeah, those hit. You know they hit.
Okay.
What are you doing, David? That DM game, he likes to...
13.
Look how high this number is.
I make the
one.
I make the concentration check, David.
All right. Sounds good. And that is so 26 total damage to Kavir.
Not as bad as I thought it was gonna be.
And Kavir's knocked prone.
Wait a minute.
As a bonus action, he can knock someone prone.
What?
It's one of the totems. It's under the totems of the wolf.
Fuck the wolf totem.
It says as a melee bonus action.
I'm gonna kick this guy in his wolf scrotum.
While you're raging, you can use a bonus action on your turn to knock a larger, smaller creature prone when you hit it with a melee weapon attack.
Man.
And be like, hey.
He looks down.
Leave my friend alone. Shut up. You're.
Looks at you.
Dude, I'm gonna cold shot his taint every round from now until the time he is dead. Then I'm going to sever it and I'm gonna put all my marbles in there.
His face lowers towards Adrie. And
Hey.
Strahd said to fear you.
Oh, you did. That's pretty cool. Well, you're gonna find out why.
Well, you're about to find out why. Let me show you my PowerPoint, my 16-page presentation as to why you should be afraid of me.
That's right.
Kavir's turn.
It all starts on a sunny day here in Verona. Okay, it's my turn.
Mm-hmm.
A sneak attack to hit.
All right.
23, 24.
That hits. Remember,
Yeah, I got
what
it.
this? Yeah.
Half damage on the first one. We're rounding up, right?
Mm-hmm.
37.
All right. 37. Just carries over. All right.
Fuck this guy.
Adrie, you're up.
Okay.
That was a called shot to his taint, by the way.
He howls deeply after the strike.
I had to stand up, right?
Yeah, I know.
Before I could do it. Or I'm just laying on the ground swatting at his feet with the fucking sneak attack blades.
Okay. So you need to be healed again, Kavir.
Not yet. I might have one more turn in me.
Oh, he also took resilient feat, so he has advantage on wisdom saves. If you're wondering why he keeps passing your spiritual guardians.
Whatever.
Oh, just FYI, this combat between me and you, right? We've got a cool what they call rotation for like really hard RPGs, right? Where we figured out a plan. He can only output so much damage. We output so much damage, and then we output it twice, and then we heal turn. Then we go back 1 damage, 2 damage, heal turn, 1 damage. That's our system. We're gonna outpace him.
Okay, so you don't want me to heal you this turn?
Not yet. Next turn, though, probably.
All right. Okay.
Here's
Then
my fingers like crit Kavir twice.
Fucking, if you crit me once, my character is fucking vapor.
Oh God, no. Bonus action, spiritual weapon.
All right. He's still in triple digits.
It's a 23 to hit.
That hits.
Okay.
Triple digits.
12 force damage.
Okay, that's 6. Yeah, I maxed out his HP.
I'm gonna try
I like how you tuned him down for 2 people, T-Walk.
I kind of want to try a flame strike.
Yeah, sure. With you, Kavir right there, knock yourself out.
Oh, that's right. I have to angle it.
Let's just do what we've been doing. Remember when we were talking about rotation?
All right. Okay, then I will hit him. I get advantage.
She's gonna start throwing some wrinkles in here where she's gonna like, let's set him on fire so that he'll chase us around.
22 to hit.
22 to hit hits.
Yeah. Okay.
You guys have no problem hitting him. It's just making sure the damage sticks.
Okay.
He's in triple digits still, David. Did you know?
Yeah.
I know you said it like 9 times. So
I love saying it too. This is payback for every time Rachel says damage.
It's a total of 12. Do you need me to break down? It's for my magic sword though. So
Okay. None of it's psychic though.
No.
All right.
Okay.
You guys fondly have dealt over triple digits damage to him.
yeah, well, I've almost done that myself. So
Slow and steady, man. Wins the fight.
That's my turn.
you said that so wrong. Slow and steady, Ben wins the fight. What?
All right.
You know what they say? Nice bros finish middle of the road most of the time. Sometimes.
Adrie, a 20.
That will miss.
And then a 27.
That will hit.
And Adrie's not prone.
What? Don't you get to say? Oh.
No saves. Remember when it happened to me and no one fucking bothered to even ask?
12 more damage to Adrie.
Okay.
Kavir, 19, and he misses with the second one and only gets a 14. But the first one's a 19.
Fuck that guy. Fuck that guy. Fuck that guy. Fuck him in his ass. Fuck that guy.
15 damage off the first attack.
The one
I'm sorry, 18. 18 off the one that hit.
Hey, did he make a save attempt for Spirit Guardians?
Yes, he passed. Give me your damage.
14.
7. All right.
This is going to be our heel turn, right?
Yes.
Right. Because if this isn't our heel turn, then my heel is going to turn and run.
All right. Kavir's up.
Sneak attack hit. 22.
Right.
24. Nope.
Both hits.
41 damage. Is he still in triple digits, David?
Yes.
Fuck you. Fuck your mouth, David. I'm gonna go get a fucking ice cream scoop and I'm gonna just fill it with all my spite. I'm gonna just grab him by the top of the teeth and hold it open and just start loading him up.
Rachel, it's your turn.
Okay. I would like to cast Mass Cure Wounds.
Since you're prone, he has advantage to hit you. Nat 20.
Oh, did he just squish you?
I think so.
You have to stand up first.
I forgot.
You forgot to stand up?
Yeah.
That is 23.
Okay.
He's squishing you with his foot as you cast.
And he can't knock you prone a second time.
Nope.
That's a solid plan.
That's my win. You don't control the situation.
I'm not going to stand up. Can't knock me down if I don't get up. You know what they say? You get knocked off the horse. Fuck horses, right? Just go buy a scooter.
I'm going to Mass Cure Wounds.
I need you to do a con save to keep your Ducknado.
Oh no, my Ducknado. Oh no, my Ducknado. My Ducknado is gone.
You mean that Ducknado he's saved against every single round? Yeah. Oh my god, whatever shall we do?
Yeah. Okay. Mass Cure Wounds. So myself and Kavir. That is a terrible roll.
God damn it.
2 of those dice are ones.
What?
Somebody's watching.
22.
Somebody's watching?
Someone with portent rolls.
You're fucking kidding me.
What?
Yeah, I am.
No.
I'm kidding.
Oh my god.
That was too good though.
I was like, first off, whose fucking sick ass portent roll was 1 and 1? That guy is a fucking legend.
22, Kavir.
Hey.
I'm sorry, but that was for about a second. I loved that. For about a second, I loved it.
For my bonus action.
Now, Dees was probably seeing through it about that time, but the minute I said portent rolls, Adrie's eyes got like.
I was like, no.
Oh.
My health's not
Double 1 portent rolls is already the best. He was just like sitting around waiting for that day. He's like, guess how good I'm going to be today.
All right.
I will healing word Kavir
Hey.
for an additional 11.
I'll take it.
So 30 damage or a little over 30 damage healed.
Hey. My health is at 69.
I take back that healing word. I'm not.
You can't take back a 69. Well, I mean, you can, but it's really gross.
Oh.
Take that, listeners. Enjoy.
That shit ain't making it through editing.
And then I guess.
No, never happened. Never happened.
Nope.
And then I guess for my move action, which I, for some reason, stay for last, I will stand.
She's got to spin in a circle, laying flat on the floor.
No, I'm going to stand up. So he can knock me down next turn.
Too bad your father didn't put up such a fight.
What are you? What? Where's my father?
You get
no.
knocked down, but she gets up again.
I'll break you like I broke him.
Excuse me. Oh my god, I'm gonna murder you
I don't
so
know if
hard.
your anger isn't making any more damage happen. You need to infuse that into your attacks.
All right.
Trying to heal.
His turn.
Is there a dad rage bonus?
Second one goes to a 26 plus 29 to Adrie.
That will hit.
10 damage.
Okay.
And then to Kavir. 20 on the first hit. And that is 24 on the second hit.
That's both hits. You know this.
I know.
He's like, I know. I just like saying
Yeah. 12 damage on the first one. And on the bite, 11, I think. If it's heavier, then my bad.
Okay, cool. You got rid of my 69. God damn it. Damn it.
It is your turn, Kavir.
I need to get my 69 back.
And Kavir's prone.
I'm going to do a headstand. Oh, I'm going to stand up. And then I'm going to...
I missed the days in 3-5 where you can hit somebody as they stood up.
Nat 20, David.
Nice.
I don't know why I bothered rolling the second one. Huh?
What sword was that on?
On the attack roll with both weapons.
Okay.
Hold on. This is going to take longer than normal because I have to subtract it and then double it. 53, David.
Whoa.
Damn. All right.
That is the best noise you've made in the last hour. I've done almost 200 damage to this piece of shit. Now, if he is not at least looking tired.
Oh, no, he's bloodied. You got him actually good and bloodied. Your turn, Adrie.
Okay.
It's all that direct scrot damage.
Bonus action.
That little dick will kill all the other cats.
I will.
You're right. I should be targeting his little dick. What's wrong with me? Pinpoint attack.
Oh, actually, do I want to cast anything?
Size category. Wee little baby.
Is she casting again?
I'm thinking about it. Because I know he'll get an attack of opportunity on me.
Well, it's not our heal turn yet.
No. All right. Bonus action, I will cast Holy Weapon.
Did you stand up?
I did. I stood up last turn.
Okay.
15 to your AC, he misses.
Miss! Oh my god. Okay.
Right?
So my
She
weapon
can throw out that 7 damage. Woo!
My weapon starts to glow. It's bright light for 30 feet and then dim light for another 30 feet.
All right.
And I get to add an additional 2d8 radiant damage onto it.
All right.
And I'm going to attack. I don't know why I grabbed my damage dice first, because I have to actually roll my 20s.
You have advantage.
Oh, so close to it. Not 20. 26 to hit.
That hits.
Okay.
You want to try again to get a nat 20?
Can I?
You got an advantage.
I already did.
Oh, okay.
She rolls all 3 dice at the same time.
Oh, gotcha.
26 damage.
All right. Is that before?
Before what?
No, is that your total? You
Yeah.
didn't cut it in half? Okay.
No.
All right. His turn. Unless you have something else.
I can't cash in my movement for another bonus action, can I? Okay.
No.
Then I'm done.
All right. He turns his focus. Okay. That is 21 and 30 to hit Kavir with the first 2 attacks.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 11 damage on the first hit.
That's what I like to hear.
15 on the second. And then he keeps on Kavir with the next 2.
Oh, fuck you, you piece of dog shit.
25 and 20. So that is another. Oh shit. 9 plus 3, 12 damage. And 14 damage.
I am unconscious.
No. Okay.
He cracks his neck, turns back to Rachel, just blood dripping down.
Rosebud.
All right, my turn. Did
Woof.
he roll to save against my measly spirit guardians?
You mean the one that was canceled?
Oh yeah, I miss it.
Damn it.
Burn!
All right, so my turn. Bonus action. I would like to dismiss Holy Weapon. Causes it to emit a burst of radiance. He has to make a Constitution saving throw.
That 20 on it.
Ugh.
Ever. All right, he still takes some radiant damage. 10 radiant damage.
Okay.
And then I will move action around him.
Moving out of his start zone?
No. Just moving around him. So I can get to Kavir.
Okay.
Kill him.
You don't want me to stop you from dying?
Well, I'm at -6 right now, so it's not
Okay.
the
All
end
right.
of the world. If you can kill him first.
I will attack him then. Do I have advantage due to my spiritual weapon?
I would assume so since your spiritual weapon's still floating there.
Yes. Okay. Oh, I got a 19 on the die.
I can't give you advantage. It's
27 to hit.
That hits.
Okay.
Just think when I survive this, you're going to take all 4 attacks.
Oh, that's a
17.
good point.
17 damage.
17 minus is. That cuts down to 8. All right.
That is my turn.
Oh, Rachel, 8 damage.
I tried to do my holy weapon thing.
He's gonna hit you
23 on the first hit.
4
That will
times.
hit.
19 on the second.
That will not hit.
20 on the third.
That will not hit.
And 22 on the fourth.
That will hit.
All right. 14 and 14 on the 2 hits.
Okay.
And you're not prone.
Maybe you should heal me.
Okay. All right. So my turn.
Oh, I need also con checks from you for both those.
Why?
Because he bit you
twice.
Okay. The lowest I got was a 14.
All right. On both of them?
I got a 14 and an 18.
All right, cool.
All right. I will leave. I will bonus action spiritual weapon.
All right.
A 22 to hit.
Hits.
It deals 10 force damage.
All right.
And then I will hit him with my sword. $25 to hit.
That hits.
Okay. Great.
4 damage.
17 damage.
He had 3 hit points left. He falls to his
Oh,
knees.
for fuck's sake. Oh.
I will go over to Kavir and cast.
As he shifts back from his lifeless corpse,
Oh my god.
you see this like 7'5" tall humanoid just built, scarred, torched, and just, I mean, dude, scarred and tattooed and tortured, just marks all over him. you see a giant black paw that was seared into his back. A holy symbol.
I will go over to Kavir and first cast Spare the Dying. So he is stabilized. I don't have a lot of cure spells. I will cast Preserve Life. So what is up to half your maximum hit points, Kavir?
It'll be 43 rounded up.
Okay. So you take 43 health. I will take the rest of that for 7 hit points. So I am now at 31 hit points.
Oh, I had you that low.
Yeah, it was real low.
I am at 37. Oh.
What? No, are you at 47?
37.
43?
I was at negative hit points.
But I
She
stabilized you
spared the
first.
dying to bring you up.
Oh, put me at 0?
Spare the Dying put you at 0, I believe.
Okay, so I'm at 43. I didn't know put me at 0.
I will
43.
Whew. You touch a living creature that has 0 hit points. The creature becomes stable.
Well, I had negative hit points, so when he dropped down on us, I was like, "Oh!" Like in my brain, I had like this video game vision of what it looked like. Like this guy just
imagine.
Like, how did we not notice him in the fucking tree?
Just imagine if I had failed that dex save and I'd fallen in that pit, and then he dropped down.
It squished you.
Next turn. And then for the rest of the fight, I'm just stuck in a pit because I can't get it.
Like, I was so worried. I was like, should I do like a grease thing here? And then we try to trick him around. Like, but the damage was working all right. And the psychic damage was still doing good. So.
Yeah.
Dude, that Shadow Blade saved your ass.
Yeah.
Every time Rachel went to attack, I was like, what the fuck are you doing? 6 damage?
I don't do a lot of like weapon damage.
What the fuck is 6 damage?
The only reason he did it was because he had the multiple attacks.
Because I have a D8 for my sword damage. I do an additional D8 for radiant damage, a D6 for sneak attack, and then +3 for my dex modifier.
That was my beast. I loved him.
And then +1 for magic weapon.
Oh.
Though the way you guys were attacking, I probably should have reckless attacked.
Oh, no.
Fuck you, David.
That would have given him advantage.
You didn't need it.
No, he didn't.
Oh, we got it. We got him.
Oh, dude, I completely forgot about the brutal criticals on the 20s he rolled.
Oh, God.
What was that?
It adds 2 extra damage dice to it.
Oh, no.
Well, I'm glad you forgot.
Me too.
Cheers, because that would actually made the difference of Adrie's standing up with you, or you'd be on the ground in the grave.
Yeah.
I'm assuming we would have decided on healing me back from the break of death early.
Yes.
Oh my God. How many fights are we going to have in the near future where I'm going to be unconscious at the end of it? I'm just curious. I end almost every one of these big boss fights on the ground.
I know. We just wake you up.
The problem is DM, I was trying to spare, make it sharing the damage. But with one of you doing the excessive more damage than the other, it was...
Yeah.
I could just hit you 4 times, and if she casts, I pop her. Hit you 4 times, she casts, I pop her.
Mm-hmm.
And the prone thing is awesome, but it's like, at 3-5, unless you can knock the shit... 3-5, when they stood, you hit them. It was attack of opportunity when someone stood up. Now
but then he has to decide whether he wants to use the attack of opportunity on that or the knockback prone in the first place. Or the caster attack.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just, again, depending when you react.
They have a monk thing in Pathfinder, one of the styles that lets you take, I think it's like monkey style or something like that. As soon as I say it, I know I'm wrong. But it lets you use every point of your dex modifier, right? So like let's say you have a +5 to your dex. Mm-hmm. Anytime somebody engages or has an attack of opportunity available, you can use up to the number of attack of opportunity is equal to your number of... It's so fucking rad.
Yeah.
Oh, that was
That's a feat in Pathfinder.
Yeah, it's built into the style. They have a snake style where you add your what is it called? Your perception bonus. Like you observe them while they're fighting, and you can add your insight bonus. You add it to your AC. So like your AC can be like 35. Like it's stupid. Yeah, it's really good.
Did this guy have anything on him, David?
Besides the holy symbol tattooed in the end of his back, you do find some paperwork in a pouch on his hip.
I'm gonna crawl my bloody ass over there and look at those papers. I'm not letting go of his fucking scrot yet. I'm still stabbed my knife in. And wherever I go, I'm dragging him by his balls across the ground.
Wanted posters with each of you on them.
Hey. What's the values?
Kavir's head is worth 500,000 gold.
Hey.
500,000.
What are the rest of them worth?
50 each.
Aw.
Fucking A. That's exactly right.
And Chunikote is the one he once brought alive.
So maybe he has Chunikote. Look at this. At the bottom, it's advertising games. While I have a dice roller up, I'm playing a game.
In the back of Adrie's mind, she can hear Strahd speak. I don't have him yet.
Well,
though I owe him. But this is goodbye, my dear. I have found you not worthy, and neither him. Time to wash my hands of you all. And you feel Strahd literally leave your mind.
What? So lonely in here now.
All this extra room.
Now you know why it was so large. Strahd was taking up all the space.
It's like a loft.
I will let Kavir know that apparently Strahd doesn't want to talk to me in my brain anymore.
Aww. Do you need another brain voice?
No. I mean, you talk to me a lot through message, which is kind of the same thing.
You run ahead, I'm going to stand back here. Trap shit.
Oh, God.
Oh, man.
My butt hurts.
That reminds me of the Dracolich Island encounter we had in one of the home games. The monk rogue runs into the building, sees the Minotaur skeleton across the way in the building, because they kicked the zombie head inside, and the goblin's like, I want it. So the Tabaxi rogue runs in, picks up the zombie head, sees the Minotaur, backs out slowly, throws the head of the goblin, yours, runs up the building and hides, twitches his tail, Minotaur comes out and runs over the goblin.
Did you guys...
He's like, Goblin, see right there. The goblin's like, okay. And after they barely survive the encounter, the goblin looks at the rogue. Did you know? No, I didn't know he was in there.
Did you guys see that goblin dive into the butthole of the corn monster?
No.
I thought I shared that with you guys. Hold on.
I don't think so.
I'll be right back.
I gotta share. Some people were, it was like this from a stream. Some DM was like, now I need to figure out the ruling for. Let me find it.
All right.
But I converted the rules. I made up a series of a ruling on how to DM someone jumping into another person's butthole.
Oh God.
Yeah. Read out loud the thing for the listeners, because I want this to be recorded for history.
All right. Attacking so creatively, DM needs a moment. How big is this thing's butthole? Goblin-sized? Yes, the butthole is goblin-sized. I yell, don't tell anyone about this, and then I jump in his butt. Now comes the moment as DM where I have to consider the associated skill check that is involved with jumping into a corn blob's butthole. Dees Cassius writes the following. Acrobatics DC 15, followed by a standard strength check of DC 10. Then if passed, immediately make a flat con check, DC 25, or become sickened for 1d4 rounds. And every turn on the blob's action, he gets a flat strength check at DC 20 to tighten his colon muscles and eject him. On a successful check, there needs to be a strength check versus athletics check. The highest roll continues the internal grapple or halts the process.
So the way I figure, is that the strength check is used to tighten his stomach muscles to try to poop out the goblin that is now in his butthole, trying to athletically climb through his colon. So it's like it's an acrobatics check. Like he's trying to dodge this butthole muscles that are trying to push him out, like trying to.
And
poop.
I mean, the con to make sure you can keep your breath going as you're climbing up into that thing.
You have to be sickened inside the butthole, because once you pierce the butthole's outer flesh, now you're in there with like
everything else.
Yeah,
yep, the gas, and
which is gross. I think that does a pretty good job of competing checks.
I agree. And Freelance, that is how you put a goblin inside a Corn Bob's butthole.
Yeah, I got a lot of
listening.
I got a lot of people that were like, "That was a really good fucking series." I'm like, "Yeah, I thought so." You don't take into account, it's not just a loose butthole. It's just not there doing nothing. It's attached to a monster who does not want a goblin in his butt.
Yeah.
I assume if the creature itself wanted to drop its weapons, or drop its gear or whatever, or spend a round going through its bag for something long and hook-like, he could then insert that in his butthole and use like a
to pull the goblin out.
Sleight of hand check to hook the goblin and pull him out that way.
Once again, we want to thank you guys for listening to Freelance Heroism. We hope you're having just as much fun listening as we are playing. Visit us at facebook.com/freelanceheroism and leave us a like. If you want to see our adventures in comic form, The Professional illustrates our misadventures and more at 1d4rounds.com. And if you want to support us, consider donating. We're at patreon.com/freelance_heroism. Keep an eye out for rewards as we add them.
Our cast includes me, Dees Cassius as Master Kabir the Professional, Rachel Moore as Adrie the Ducky Cleric, Jake Sipple as Chunikote the Lupine Loose Cannon, and last but not least, our DM and Dr. Midnight, David Walker.
Questions or comments? Send an email to freelanceheroismpodcast@gmail.com. And don't forget to give us a 5-star review wherever you get your podcasts. Thanks again for listening, and we'll see you next week. In the meantime, the invoice is in the mail.
And music by me and Lichgate, my band.
You know, I just realized I think my camera's been frozen the whole time, hasn't it?
It has, yeah.
Okay. See, we